And welcome everybody to game 3 of week 8 of the Batty Overwatch League Season 5. We have the bench life of Zach and Cody versus Mad Cow Disease. I am UTAC casting, and with me is Albino Joe.
Yeah, man. What's up? This game take forever to start. Kazuki, fix whatever your internet. Like, we
And
need
then-
to get like some high voltage power line shit from Hawaii to the mainland because I don't know what the
you
hell
know
they're
what we're
using
doing
right
here
now.
in the mainland? We're sending smoke signals because that's what we got to do in order to actually get some communication back. She'll send some coconuts. We'll send smoke signals. It'll
Is that
work out.
is that like how this whole entire thing's being like portrayed? Is like smoke signals or like light
Yeah, pretty much
flashes in the
smoke
sky, like
signals.
shooting
Yeah,
flares
pretty
over the
much.
ocean.
Do a little bit of Morse code. Beep beep boop boop beep boop boop beep beep.
Alexander Graham Bell would be very proud of that. All right, well, hey, let's talk about these teams. Defense, UTEC. What do you think of that? Pretty standard, right?
We got the Zach life. We got the bench. I was gonna say the Zach life of bench
The
of
Zach
Cody.
life, damn Zach life.
The Zach life. We got the bench life of Zach and Cody, and of course we have the tried and true original lineup. Unfortunately, Zach is on the bench. We have 30. We have TK Thrifty. They are in DPS roles. We have Chromatic and Valkyrie are on the tanks, and we have Checkers and TK Thrifty. No, not TK Thrifty. Dub Drum on the support. And as well on this attack, we have Huckletune on that Brigetti with Kazuki Beans as the supporting line. TB and Destructive Dude on that tank line, and Crystallize and Evilite on the DPS line. And
Yeah,
they're running
triple tank, man.
running a little triple tank with the dive.
Yeah, TV on that Zarya, that's going to be really useful with that dive with the tank meta that they got going on, especially Evilite on the Genji. Let's see if it's effective. And it's kind of weird that they're going on the side here through the confined space. TK Thrifty should have a field day with them right now.
Yeah, and especially Destructive Dude should be able to have a fun time jumping. They do not, the defense does not have a Brigetti, which means that it's going to be a little hard for them, but already Crystallized getting taken out so fast. And a tire getting popped in, and where's the tire? Is the tire already gone?
Yeah, like honestly, they just kept feeding TK Thrifty. Holy crap, UTEC. I don't know if I can talk today.
I got you, bro.
They're getting picked 1 by 1, though. That's kind of all that matters right now.
And you know what? A solid defense coming out of the bench life of Zach and Cody, as they were able to get the pick on. Crystallize being a crucial member of the Mad Cow Disease, getting taken out so fast. You know, that defense matrix that he puts out that's 2 seconds of no projectiles coming right at you.
Same stuff. Evilite, yeah. Evilite switching McCree, it's going to be kind of relevant, maybe. I don't know what they're planning to do with that as opposed to the full-on dive comp that they had before, but it's obviously not working for them as Kazuki and Destructive are picked. Simply going to the side confined room that, again, Junkrat's going to have a field day, so this is kind of a very strange method that Mad Cow Disease is busting out here.
Yeah, I'm very curious because in the defense they are running with the spam comp. TK Thrifty having just a field day on that Junkrat, able to spam into those small rooms, and of course, in that approach after the archway, you can either go straight, you can go left, or you can go right, and they are electing to go into that side room to their left, but they're able to just follow up on everything, and of course they're gonna dive straight up with a big grab already coming in, but they are going to have the Transcendence to keep everyone nice and healthy as the Mad Monkey is going to be pushed, going to try to hit that back line. Going on a ride, Valkyrie or taking out TV Junkie. Kazuki Beats also getting taken out of the back line with the tire, and the defense is just going to be able to clean up from here as Huckletune is the last man standing on Mad Cow Disease as they continue on to try and defend this point another day.
Yeah, massive, kind of a massive mistake from Destructive there. Like, the grab was great out of TV Junkie. He wasn't able to really get much with it because there's no follow-up, and Destructive Dude decided to ult and just knock them all out of the grab when that happened. So they weren't ever grouped, really, for the attacks. So they pretty much were divided and conquered by bench. And, you know, the Destructive was kind of the big play on that. And, hey, pick, come out of the game here, TV Junkie. Helix Rocket did it to death. They're going to that same confined space room again, and it's not working with 43 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, especially with Destructive, a lot of what has changed in the meta is that you can't really dive the backline as well as you could before, although they do have a little bit of an advantage because there is no forget. But, oh, that grab getting eaten
Yum yum.
by Crystallize. Great eat on that part. He's going to use his ultimate to just self-destruct, but 30 also answering on with the attack visor just to make sure everyone's else on the side of Mad Cow Disease continues on the fight. Only Destructive Dude and Huckletune continue on. TK30 going to clean it up with the tire. Gonna maybe play it around, play it with a little bit of a spinning top there, and Destructive Dude getting taken down. And no, Mad Cow Disease getting completely snuffed out. 4 minutes in that hold by a very convincing lead for the bench life.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be the Battle of the Titans, right? We have both teams in the top bracket. We have Mad Cow Disease taking first overall in the league, and Bench Life kind of that second, like a close follow-up in that second place spot. And this was an extremely convincing hold from Bench Life. Mad Cow Disease did not look clean at all. They looked kind of like disjunct, like they were playing in a solo queue game with no comms at all. You know, I don't think they weren't gelling as a team there, and I wonder if that's going to be a theme of the series or not. But Bench Life has the work cut out for them here. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a general overall strat of just gaining ults, if they're going to run that Zarya, if they're going to run that maybe even a Hanzo, and this ain't looking good, right?
No, yeah, you are correct, Joey. They will be going for that ult combo. They have 4 minutes to just build up ults and go from there. So if they can utilize that to their advantage and just kind of play it slow, play to their advantage, they only need 1 tick to continue on with this.
Yeah, one tick, and honestly, 1 tick in this first point. This first point, for the most part, is a freebie. You know, the walk back for the defense is so far, and also the way that the map is structured. If you know what you're doing, it can favor attack a little bit. I mean, not only the spawn advantage, but just, you know, how you can get in. It's easier to get in than most 2CP maps, I feel. Whether or not that's actually true, that's just my call on this, my amateur analysis. But UTech, everyone's out the gate here, and fight's breaking out.
Yeah, they are running that super speedy right into the center. TK30 getting bubbled up, but already getting a pick onto TB Junkie as they're going to continue to brawl on the point. A man down for the Mad Cow Disease. Their HP bars are going down. There it goes Huckletune. And everybody just brawling on the point. Duptrum putting so much work into that forget.
No one's contesting.
No one's contesting it. That evil-lighted Kazuki Beans. What are you doing?
Wow, that was bad. Nobody got on that point. Woo. Yeesh. Oof. Ouch.
And this is the fastest Anubis we've actually seen all night.
Yeah, 30 with the play of the game here. Just shooting some people, popping the sights, looking up, looking down, looking all around for all the kills, and yeah, there's some talent there, I guess. You know, aimbot.
You know, having an aimbot, it's, you know, pimping ain't easy, but aiming is.
Pimping ain't easy.
Excellence is its own reward.
Look at that. Dubdrum getting that transcended healing. That Zen transcendence was so crucial, especially when that Zarya grab was kind of catching them with their pants down, just to, you know, let them stay alive. That was definitely Mad Cow's time to shine if they wanted to get it onto the second point, but they weren't able to follow up on anything else.
Yeah, and you know, overarching big picture series stuff. Again, top 2 freaking teams, and that Bench Life looked like they were just playing with their food there. That was not a competitive match in the slightest. And you know, I'm hoping Ilios brings something different. I'm hoping Mad Cow Disease can kind of rally together and start getting that synergy they had in the past and look like a competitive team that can go toe to toe with the world champ.
And very interesting to see Mad Cow Disease elect to not run the Lucio. That was so crucial in Bench Life's initial push. They were just able to get onto the point that much faster. And especially with what's kind of going on in the meta, you see a lot of kind of 3-3, you know, triple tank, triple support lineups coming on, and, you know, just being so effective. You can just brawl onto the point, just getting everybody there. So, you know, 0.1 to Bench Life, but we are going to Greece, going to Ilios, And one of my favorite maps. Hopefully, we get to see the well, and maybe we'll get to see a few cheeky boops and hooks and pulls to get hole-in-ones.
Yeah, man. Like who's gonna play the Lucio on both? Okay, well, hey, Wells, you're talking about it now. Who's gonna play Lucio on both teams? Dubdrum, I guess, on bench life, as he locks in early, and everyone knows now. Who is gonna play it on on Mad Cow Disease, if anyone does?
Well, probably main tank. Going to be destructive and crystallize. Playing that Arissa Hog combo. Going to be seeing pretty standard lineup coming out of both. Chromatic, maybe bringing out the Doomfist here.
Yeah, Doomfist out of Chromatic. That makes you wonder if TV is going to play that Doomfist too, and if we're going to see some spoony plays here. Yeah, he showed it. Yeah, they're deciding on DPS still on Mad Cow Disease, and they don't have a lot of time here. Well, actually, no, I take that back. They have 30 seconds.
Come on, TV. You're being a little sheepish here. Come on, we need you to bring it home and play that. There it is.
Boom. Laid down. Yeah, these teams, pretty standard here. With the Arissa Hogs showing on both teams, that's what you want for tanks. The healers, whatever, play whatever you want, but if you're not playing Lucio, you're fucking up on this map, in my opinion. Even though our team, I don't think we played Lucio when we played this today.
Well, we have Huckletune on the Brigitte and Kazuki Beans on the Moira, so they're not electing to have that Lucio, so that will give the bench life this the advantage on getting to the point first. But who knows? Maybe they'll elect to play it around. They're gonna be going around. TV Junkie already going into the back line, being caught out. Chromatic
they're not on point first. They're actually going around here, and they're just getting all sorts of kills. But TK Thrifty is the first one picked for bench life here. Fight breaking out, both behind the Arissa shields, and the testing starts as the point unlocks just now. Chromatic deep in the fray here, and Crystallize hooks him in with this man down. He doesn't have the uppercut move. Destructive on point, and the shield is too far up from Valkyr that it's not doing a single thing here. And bench life is not looking hot at all as the point cap goes to Mad Cow Disease.
And look at that, Crystallize getting two great hooks, not only taking out TK Thrifty, and but also, who was it? He also took out another person. I can't remember off the top of the head, but he was the star of this play, keeping his team alive. He looked convincingly on the side of bench life with those initial picks that they got.
Exactly, and the fight is happening again. Bench life doing the same thing they did at the pushing out the gate, trying to take that side room enclosed, and they do find Evilite to start this fight out. TK Thrifty is sucked in by Arissa, but also TV. Oh man, I don't even know what's happening anymore. Okay, well, point cap, C9. Whatever BS happens right now, bench life takes it with 3 members of Mad Cow Disease up, and Huckletune first on the point here. Destructive kind of close behind him here. Only 3 members of bench life are contesting, and they have manpower. Mad Cow Disease definitely has manpower to overtake, and they kind of are, as bench life is getting off the point when they don't need to, but the contesting starts again. TK Thrifty knows the map here. Oh my god, the pull gets there for TK Thrifty, people are dying. Mad Cow Disease caps again. This is a crazy fight here.
This is a love story between two people who hate each other, both going into the well. It is a suicide pact. They both are drinking the Kool-Aid just to jump into this well every time they can. So many great hooks coming out of Crystallize. Destructive Dude getting that amazing pull with the hull. TK Thrifty almost getting taken out, but he does have his boosters to get out, but he's going to get an impact as they continue on with the fight. The Bongo coming out of Destructive Dude, but they are off the point. High Noon coming in, seeing anything. Evil like going to be able to take out Dubdrum, and everyone else. People on Mad Cow Disease are taking the advantage. They're going to be holding on with 70% left.
Craziness. Like, honestly, Mad Cow Disease almost did the exact same thing they did before. They had a lot more people up, so it didn't happen. I think TV was the sole contester for a long time there, even though there's like half the cap going to bench life. And it's a mistake that you can't afford here. You have to stay on point. You can't like contest off the point, and that's going to be the lesson of the game. There they are, capping.
Chromatic electing to go on the Zarya 30 with that nano boosted High Noon. He's going to continue on going on in forward to see if he can go on. TK Thrifty switching over on, but are also getting hooked into the hole. He is going back into the well, and that should be the point for Mad Cow Disease as TV Junkie doing so much work in the back line of the bench life.
Yeah, and UTech, you know, you and I kind of gave a lot of lot of weight to the Lucio, but hey, you know, this is 2018. There's no more members of the whole entire Overwatch crew that can knock people into the well. And between TV Junkie and Chromatic, there was a lot of people sucker punched into the well that fight, as well as Hooks and Rissa Black Balls as well.
We have to look at Crystallize, though. How many crucial hooks did he get? He was able to take out TK Thrifty on that Reaper. He was able to take out anyone else that crossed his path. No one was contesting him just to get all those free environmental kills. It was just amazing.
Yeah, man. And hey, speaking of amazing, TV Junkie switching off Doomfist onto the May might be a big change as that Blizzard can suck up the whole entire point here. But Dub Drum is still playing that Lucio. Gonna make sure the team gets to the point faster than the enemy here. And they have control of the point right now. They're all on the point, Destructive Dude trying to get into the grill of the team, not really doing anything because his team is all dead behind him. 30's doing all sorts of work, killing the supports, killing TV and Crystallize, and that's the point. Cap going to bench life, Zach and Cody.
Yeah, the bench life doing so good getting those 3 initial picks, and they're going to be holding a very tight and very comfortable on the point. They're going to be pushing up a little bit further, but some switches coming out of the Mad Cow Disease, electing to switch over onto the Monkey, onto that Winston, onto the Diva, and going to be playing a little bit more dive. TV also switching over to the Hanzo, electing to do a little bit more damage from afar. But TK Thrifty doing so much work on that Pharah in the skies.
Yeah, and the fight looking to break out here as the dive tanks are in the front here on the side of where it's below side of the point. Diva, the Crystallize on the point, not really having any friends here except for Huckleton. He is the first to go down. Checkers does go down to a headshot from TV Junkie though, and the fight is all over the place here. The TV is getting headshots.
TV is popping off.
Freaking Hanzo is on Ferris on who's he killing? Oh my God, Lucio, the last one to die. Destructive is there with the assist from TV Junkie, and man, that's probably play of the game here. Val solo on the point, and Mad Cow Disease caps.
TV Junkie just getting all starting with that headshot on 2 Checkers, and just was able to snowball from there. Like, that was just amazing play out of him, and it goes to show, you know, having an elite DPS like TV Junkie is just such a great boon to your team. If you can, you know, if you can click the heads, you're gonna win.
Oh yeah, and Huckleton here rallying early in the beat drop from Lucio's from Dub Drum's Lucio here. Destructive Dude bringing up the Mad Monkey as he's pinned in the backline here, but it's not gonna really do much. A lot of ults are blown here. No one's dying. TK Thrifty does die to Crystallize. Wherever the hell that's happening here. Mad Cow Disease is just gonna hold, even though bench life. Oh yeah, never mind. Mad Cow Disease has so that's it. Never
You're
mind.
gonna be going Checkers. Checkers, what are you doing there? Trying to get a cheeky res, but everyone is already on your butt. I mean, you know, guess what? Mercy, she's got a nice butt. Can you blame them?
Well, when you're pistoling people all the time, you're gonna be treated as a DPS and a support, so you're gonna get, you know, double focused, you know?
Oh, I hear that. But we should look at Checkers because she has her Valkyrie. She's gonna be looking a little bloodthirsty.
But she did. She
Oh,
did.
already
Shot by
getting
TV.
out. And Crystallize sending out the mech with the self-destruct, but not going to be able to find it. But Alexa stayed Baby Diva for just a little while, so it could do a little bit of poking. Valkyrie were able to get some ground with the swings, the hammer swing. High Noon coming in. She didn't do anything, but people were able to follow up with the High Noon. And the bench life should be able to take on some points. 86% to Mad Cow, though, with 60% coming on for the bench life. See if they can hold on for a few more brawls.
Yeah, bench life definitely has to hold this point for the rest of the map. If they do flip, it's going to be a really rough time. Capping it again after that with only 15%, 14% technically to cap. But bench life is looking really, really good. Driver's seat right now. Chromatic. Graviton's going to be really, really big, especially with the Nose Chatter and a TK Thrifty all on Pharaoh, but TK Thrifty getting dove a little bit by Crystallize. Crystallize is kind of the man right now. As an early ult is busted out from TK Thrifty, does find Destructive. Huckleton dies in the mix as well, and Crystallize is in the back line taking hits. Lone in no man's land. He is not looking good on the point right now. Solo as the rest of Mad Cow Disease is not able to necessarily get there in a cohesive fashion, and that's going to be the point to bench life is Zach and Cody.
Well, Kazuki being can touch, and she's going to be able to touch a little bit, but Destructive Dude getting taken out by the by the shatter and just trying to get a Hail Mary of a Dragon Strike to just try to get anybody on the point, just try to do a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough. As the bench life, as you said before, gonna be taking that point, and it's gonna be a third map on Helios.
Yeah, the end of that match was more of a formality. That was pretty much over as soon as Crystallize and Destructive could not kill TK Thrifty and the solo ult went out.
Now, this is gonna be very interesting coming out for both the Zach life, or I'm saying it again, the bench life of Zach and Cody.
Dead
and
Zach
Matt
life, man.
It's the Zach life, let's be honest. It is the Zach life here. And this is a very favorable Widow lineup, and we're gonna see 30 just gonna see if he can be as oppressive as he is on other hit scans on that Widow. TV Junkie electing to be on the Hansel, so we're gonna be seeing a bow versus gun fight coming on in, and of course the bench life electing to have that Lucio so powerful, especially with the buffs that with the added range of his buffs. So
that Aura Evilite falls first at 30 as a Widow. No surprise there, and the fight continues with the clear advantage for bench life. If the res comes out, Kazuki is able to find him, and they're back to 66 right now. And the point is open. Capping goes so far to bench life. Valk gets off for some reason, chasing people. Huckletune getting on the point to try and contest. It's not a lot of fight happening on the point here. So bench life is having a clear advantage, and people are dying on that count disease. Crystallize as well as the tank is demeched, and the two supports. This is a very, very clear win for bench life as the rest of the fight continues. Destructive gets back in Mac. Tries to run away, but he's looking to probably get himself picked here. This is not looking good, and it would be a massive pick if bench life could get it without overextending, but they can't, and they have to run back.
And so much work coming out of TK Thrifty, who is just able to take out TV Junkie so fast, and with that they were able to snowball on that since they know TV Junkie is the primary damage dealer. Although Evilite can do a lot, TV Junkie electing to switch over onto the Widowmaker, but Sight's coming out of 30 for the bench life, as they're going to be able to see everyone and every which way. TV Junkie get a great pick on the TK Thrifty.
Great shatter though. Valk is able to find like a whole freaking team here as he's swinging away and doing all sorts of damage. Dub drum, get Thrifty. TK Thrifty, resident backline here. Sorry, Destructive and crew is not looking too hot here as he is demeched, and the fight is pretty much over at this point. Massive burst shatter from Valk that won that fight there.
Yeah, and the bench life is still able to hold on so convincingly, even after that great pick from TV Junkie. But of course, TK Thrifty was able to get revived from Checkers. Of course, the power of the Mercy with that mid-fight res, and just can be so effective to get 6 people back in your lineup when you're down 1.
Yeah, big ult advantage right now going to Mad Cow Disease. Granted, they have the better ones, and a pick on 30 to start to boot here, and they're going to be pressing a lot of Qs here. Evilite finding TK Thrifty at the start here. Mad Monkey from Crystallize finding the 2 supports. This is very clearly in the favor of Mad Cow Disease, as Valkyrie is the last one on point. The cap is going to occur here with about 90% on the dot for a cap rate of bench life of Zach and Cody. Wow! We got a game here.
And of course, don't you just want to say the Zach life?
Dead Zach life, man.
We
saw him last week. We saw him last week. Like, that's the life they want to lead, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be bringing in Zach. But a grab coming in with the healthy beat. Just coming in from back of TK Thrifty, making sure Crystallize gets taken out as well. Valkyrie taking out TV Junkie as continuing on, answering back, taking out TK Thrifty as well. Unable to be Crystallized, getting revived as they're going to continue on. Valkyrie, you're able to take out Crystallized with the hammer down and the charge, as they're going to be able to continue on swinging away. Valkyrie, can you do what you want to do and make sure no one stays in your line of sight of that hammer swinging away? And that's going to get the point back up to them. So the Mad Cow Disease is going to have to do what they can to try to get in. TV Junkie going to being left alone. He's a Widow doing a SMG battle.
Oh man,
Crystallize getting taken out.
He's trying to contest as long as he can here with Kazuki in the backline. Huckletoon's there. He's got 2 healers, but he dies. They have to get on point. The 2 supports trying to contest here as Kazuki and Huckletoon both die. Destructive, last one on, and that's the formality. The game is over here unless Evil Eye can touch, and that was a lot of ults blown by Bench to cap and win.
But that means they are up 2-2, meaning they are looking very good in the current ladder. And TV Junkie coming in with the Doom Fist. Let's see what he did.
Oh dear, he's gonna drop. He's gonna drop the creator. He's gonna smack some people around and shoot that shotgun thingy he's got and punch more people and play the game.
Yep, play of the game are right there.
Much obliged.
And I mean, you know, to kind of analyze that last team fight that was going on, Bench did a great job of using ults. It just didn't translate to a lot of kills. So Dub Drum did the beat, sped them all in. Then the Grav came out of Chromatic, and then the TK Thrifty did the Rocket Barrage, and they were able to get 2 kills from 3 ults in that fight. That should have been a lot more. On the tail end of it, Valk had Earth Shatter, and that kind of saved the whole entire fight at the end of the day there. But great communication on the team, not necessarily great mechanics, in my opinion. But hey, a W's a W, right?
Remember, this is the baddie league. We're not some sort of, you know, Overwatch league or something.
Nah, man, I'm hypercritical. Now I want Mad Cow Disease to win. Like they're kind of the bad guys in my mind. UTech earlier in the pregame show.
No,
Bench Life are the bad guys.
Bench Life are the bad guys.
Yeah, because they're the bad guys, the big brains, the geniuses, like yada yada yada. They're the bad guys, and like in my head, I'm like, well, Mad Cow Disease is like the bad guys because they're the top. Like Bench Life is technically the underdog in this. Like statistically, you know, speaking in terms of the stats of each of the teams, Mad Cow Disease should have the upper hand, strictly in that fashion. But not the case at all. I'm rooting for Mad Cow Disease now because I see your bad guy talk with the Bench Life. We can't let them win, UTech.
Can't let the bad guys win. We gotta root for Mad Cow Disease. If you are in chat, give them your energy. Give us some. Throw out some SBL clowns. If you don't have that, get us some Pog Champs. Throw Mad Cow Disease your energy. Give them. Let them know that you care. And because you know what? We can't let the bad guys win here.
Nah, man, Poggers all day. Poggers from Mad Cow, and that's kind of how they've been winning games here. And we're looking at the fight, or at each of the teams, assembling their heroes. Defensive, what is it? Bench Life is defending, right?
Bench Life is defending, and 30 is electing to go on over to the Hanzo.
Hand Soap.
The Hand Soap with Chromatic on the Widow, so they're electing to go with TK Thrifty on that Diva, with Valk being on the mainstay of that Ryan. Gonna be some interesting pickups at the Lucio to keep Valk nice and speedy so he can swing his hammer that much faster. And of course, Checkers on that famous Mercy of hers that she is well known for.
Yeah, and right now, okay, Mad Cow Disease was showing the Bastion. That would have been a very big concern, especially against 2 snipers for Bench Life.
No, they are showing the Bastion. They are going to the Bastion. They're going to do it.
They're going to do it, and they're going to do it big. Bastion into this comp, in my opinion, is pretty hot. TK Thrifty is really the only thing that can stop that. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Look at this. They spotted out the Bastion. They know that he's there. They're going to continue on. Valkyria getting caught out alone, but is going to be able to stay alive just for a little longer. But TV Junkie also getting taken down.
Oh,
no. Doing much of Evil Light also getting taken down as well as he's just jumped.
What is happening?
He just jumped.
Self-destructing. What the hell? Oh my God, 30 is just popping off, and I don't know what Evil Light even died to, and just
he just either got booped or he just couldn't climb up the mountain.
It's ugly, man. It's ugly. Well, round 2, and they're sticking to that Bastion too, almost 50%.
And they're finding very, very good synergy coming out of this double sniper lineup. Surprised they're not even running the triple sniper with Anna. Oh, Destructive Dude going, actually switching over to the Tracer and just getting hit with a log to the face. Oh, that's got to be very demoralizing. Like, take it out. taking out so much though, as he's going to continue on with his killing spree. The 30 answering right back, taking out the DPS of Evil Light and TV Junkie. 30 getting so much value out of everything that he is doing already. 30%, 40% back to his ult, and continue on. And they're just not allowing any ground for Mad Cow Disease.
Yeah, 30 is just showing up here. Dub Drum's not looking too bad himself, always being the, supporting cast for that. And it's just weird because Mad Cow Disease is just, I don't know what they're doing. Destructive switch to Tracer, kind of a strange pick. They're going triple DPS right now with Kazuki on the Ana with the leg. That's a very questionable pick in my opinion. And then Huckletune on the Moira, which maybe this team needs that, but there's not a lot of cohesion here. TV can't keep playing the Bastion, and they're just dying. They're dying, like, was there anything to cast back there when they all died?
Nope, not really. I mean, Crystallized, Evil Light, and Kazuki Beans, they do have the Nano Blade coming up, so maybe this is their moment. Dubdrub does not have the beat to save them. So if they want to get somewhere, this is their moment to shine. This is their one moment. They have a minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. They're going to be creeping up just a little bit as we're going to see Evil Light getting into position. Coming on in, he's going to, once you see him kind of dash forward, that is most likely going to be the time when he gets that nano. And Crystallize using the slam, just trying to. It was just a diversion to get everybody. Evil Light getting that triple kill. He's just going ham on everyone. 30 being able to take out TV in the meantime, but Evo Light getting such a crucial blade as he's going to continue on. Destructive Dude on that Widowmaker as they're not doing their regular rolls. Evil Light getting staggered away. Chromatic is going to be very sneaky, going to look at whoever is coming up and misses one shot, unable to get it. Destructive Dude able to answer back as Chromatic was had his sights focused on the cart. And a big Dragon Strike trying to keep everybody, but no one's on the cart, allowing them to enough time to get on. But nobody's on the cart. They can't even, they're not even contesting it.
Yeah, 23 seconds here as the final fight breaks out of this game. If they, oh, they capped it! They did, oh my god, TK3 was there, but he was sleeping. 30 was dead on the top, and Checkers was too far in the sky to do anything. And Bad Cow was able to cap it under the noses of Benchlife, Zach, and Cody. I don't even know how that happened. That was a really ugly push.
That's resident sleeper. Resident sleeper right there.
Man, that was nuts. And I really want to talk about that Evil Light play. I know that it happened like fucking 2 minutes ago at this point, but hey, Evil Light, Crystallized doesn't hit a single person with an Earth Shatter, and Evil Light ults and finds 3 kills immediately after. Nutty. And he does find, Crystallized does find someone dead with the Earth Shatter right now, as there is TV Junkie in the back here to ult, but gets eaten by TK Thrifty. Big eat here, and more members of Bench Life are in the face of Mad Cow than the reverse.
But we need to talk about what's happening in the now, Joey. And if you haven't been paying attention, Chromatic has been getting headshot after headshot after headshot as their initial push of Mad Cow Disease was stifled. Both supports, Kazuki Beans and Huckletune, both getting headshot back to back, unable to do too much. Chromatic just doing so much work, but finally getting taken out by Destructive Dude. That should give them the momentum that they needed. TK Thrifty also getting taken out. Valkyrior being a one-man army, going to try to stop the cart just for a little while. He's going to try to get back, but uses that. What is that? Just try to use his his shatter,
both
but
sides right now, man. I mean, no one's pushing the cart. Val gets shattered. No. What the hell, man?
You know, this is the reason why we have the baddie Overwatch League, and so that people that are bad can play.
I like it. I'm bad. Oh my god, a Diva Bomb? Wait,
right in the face of Crystallized.
What the hell?
You know, you are a hero, Crystallized. Crystallized, you are our hero. As we're going to continue on, Evil Light looking at seeing what he can get, but the beat being dropped for the side of the Bench Life. TV Junkie trying to do right in between no one. Chromatic being taken out, Kazuki and Destructive Dude being taken out. But it doesn't even matter because they were able to get.
They did it again.
What is this? Just when the Bench Life looks like they're getting the upper hand with picks, they're just staying off the cart, and everyone on Mad Cow Disease playing to the objective is just keep on pushing.
Something I'm finding very common in 30 trying to stuff this spawn, which is, you know, maybe it's going to be worth it in the end here, but Something I'm finding very common with this whole entire game, this whole entire series of this watch point Gibraltar is that they're not staying close to the point. All these fights are incredibly far from the point. No one is going to be on it, and as long as like Mad Cow Disease can keep a member or two close to the point at all times, they're going to keep pushing the cart like they did for the past 2 points. They shouldn't have capped the past 2 points, but they did.
You know, who knows what's going on in the minds of these players as they're going to continue on with the defense from the Zach Life. They're going to be stopping this cart push as they're going on into a minute left with still getting it. They're going to try to push it to the 3rd point. Mad Cow Disease going into the triple DPS lineup with Crystallize being the only tank on the Diva. Maybe they'll find a bit more success with the lineup that they're doing, because Zukubi is going to be going in with the nano boost. Here we go with the Blade, taking out 30, taking out anyone else in the back line, but only finding Checkers as well. Just 2 down, as Evilite's going to be running back, giving them a little bit of space. TK Thrifty going to be taking out himself as the cart is continuing to push. But it's going to be staggered a little bit, going to get around this corner, and that should be able to set up another defense. At least 1 to 2, one more defense coming out as this long and drawn-out fight. TK Junkie getting a great Dragon Strike on Dumb Joe, taking out Evilite. Great job as the Lucio, just going to scatter everyone with that Dragon Strike as well.
It's on point.
It's on point, and that card is going to be pushing in. We have 10 seconds left until we get into overtime. But it looks very convincing as the bench life is holding on, and they should be able to get everybody off of the cart, and that should be point 4.
Yeah, and I mean,
life.
yeah, like we saw it again. You know, no one was on the cart for a little bit from Mad Cow Disease, and they could have gotten, you know, maybe 2 or 3 more meters if they actually were touching at the time. But that's kind of the name of the game here in this series, which is really confusing. They're not playing to the objective. They're all playing Call of Duty, trying to get kills, trying to get picks, trying to make space for each other, but you know, the space that you got to make is around the objective, not around, you know, their back line. It's great if you kill the sports, but come on, man.
Well, I think they're doing a good job in what they need to do. They need to be playing forward, but they just don't have at least one person contesting that objective, and that can be crucial. I mean, you definitely want to, you know, win the team fight. That can sometimes be a bit more helpful, but at the same time, as you said, come on, man, you got to play to that objective.
You know, I'm an objective purist, and you know, it's wrong most of the time. I'm not gonna lie, it's wrong.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is that a hot dog is a sandwich.
Hot dogs are whoa. Hot dogs are sandwiches.
I'm gonna have to kindly disagree with you there, Joey, because hot dogs are not sandwiches. Hot dogs are hot dogs. They're their own classification.
I need.
Joey, we are in America, and in America, a hot dog is a hot dog because a hot dog is so independent of its own thing and so American that it cannot be considered anything else than a hot dog.
Are sub sandwiches.
It has it in the name.
Oh my god. Okay,
A
anyway,
sub-sandwich.
Fight's breaking out here.
You don't say hot dog sandwich.
UTech, no. I can't. Okay, so fight's breaking out. Bench life on the cart. Very stereotypical standard comp here. 30 is on the that Widowmaker, which is going to be pretty big for the team here. But their bench life is surrounding the cart. All sorts of fights happening here.
Yeah, continuing on with the fight. The May gonna try TK Thrifty trying to stay on with the May, trying to keep this push going. But Valkyrior, Chromatic doing a great job of doing this counter push. Defense coming so strong initially out of Mad Cow Disease, but they weren't able to keep on with that perseverance as the respawn advantage coming out of the gate was a little too strong for the bench life, as they're going to continue to keep pushing on, and everyone on Mad Cow Disease is getting a little bit staggered. Destructive, that main shield in front is a little far away as
They're off cart. They're off cart.
They're off cart.
You dummies! You dummies! Ah! Now they're contesting. Okay.
He's getting frozen up at headshot though.
Yeah, TK Thrifty kind of solo manning everything here as TV Junkie, Destructive, and Crystallizer trying to 3v1 him, 4v1 with Evilite there, and they finally kill him as the rest of the team has to back off. Yeah, they're outnumbered, but it's unfortunate. And hey, you know what, something to note, TK Thrifty playing this main, it's actually working. It's working really well in the favor of the bench life, as if they could regroup here, the Blizzard's going to be there, and that's pretty much an easy point cap, as nothing can stop that.
And on top of that, they do have to grab 30 is going to be looking for a few headshots, but especially with that Blizzard, as you said before, is going to be a very, very big team fight ultimate. Oh, look at that
Big
already. Crystallize getting taken down, but the Dragon Strike going to try to take people out. Cart pushing just a little bit. Destructive Dude to be the only one who can actually punish anyone, but it's going to get frozen. A free target up drum. Using that beat very questionably. Didn't really need to use it too much because Kazuki is going to be the one person to see and that point contested. Destructive Dude going to be swinging his hammer round and round to take out Chromatic, who's the only last man standing on there. But Drum with the Lucio. Actually, I spoke a little too soon. He was the last man standing. Gonna be playing a little ring around the rosy around the cart, but it doesn't mean anything because there's a minute and 30 seconds left on this defense. And if they're able to hold on to it for this minute 30 seconds, means they get watch point Gibraltar.
Yeah, TK Thrifty on the Pharah now. The main is no longer a thing now that that ult is used, but that's going to be a questionable pick into TV Junkie, Evilite, maybe Kazuki as well. Crystallize can hit him too. There's a lot of damage that can be done to him in the sky here. It's not going to be in his favor. The fight is breaking out. Valkyr trying to block his team. Dub Drum and Chromatic, the only ones behind him. TK Thrifty trying to seek shelter behind that shield as well. Checkers, Valks. Destructive is the only one contesting the card here. If they can kill him, they can start pushing. He's off the card. The rest of the team is swarming. 47 seconds here. Huckletune's the sole contester on Mad Cow Disease, as his team is just totally falling apart here. And he's able to keep contesting, and the team kind of retreats and doesn't even try to contest as Valk drops the Earth Shatter for no reason, and they're all pushing in front of the cart with no one on. I take that back. Checkers, the Mercy, is staying back to make sure the cart moves with the team.
Now they should have definitely tried to just go in there as a team and die as a team, because although they kind of just staggered themselves a little bit more, because that door takes a little bit of time to open, a little bit of time to close before that cart really starts moving. So you're gonna have at least only one defensive point and defensive advantage. Just a with a massive shatter. He's gonna be able to continue on with the nano boost to make sure he gets booped into the bench life, but is going to be charged himself. But doesn't matter. He has that nano boost on him, keeping him nice and tankier than he normally is. And this is gonna be a great defense coming out of Mad Cow Disease with 2 minutes left, and they are sitting at a very good spot in this defensive point too.
Oh my god, but TV Junkie is way too far in here, as he's just going to get picked, and that's going to be a big stagger for bench life if they're going to rush after that, which they are. They have the Lucio, they're able to capitalize on that, and he is beating, even though one of his team members is asleep on the side here. They're trying to contest the point with only tank and healer, but no one's there for Chromatic. You got a little hypey there, using that grab really early. Checkers busting out the pistol here, and the rest of the team is fighting behind him to get grabbed. 4 in there. No one survives. Valk, you're the last buddy alive here. And that's a dead push.
Yeah, unlucky.
That looks so good at the start.
It looks so good at the start, but you have to think about it. All those ults that came in were so uncoordinated. You know, with 30 getting slept, I think Dubdrum kind of did a panic ult and trying to get that beat off, just to try to save his life, even though at that point, you know, you just need to save it for a team push.
Yeah, same with Chromatic's Graviton there, but hey, next push is starting here, and TV is doing spoony shit again. Winston, he's fighting 30 on the side solo here, and he doesn't look too hot as he dies on the side. So another early pick again on TV Junkie, the tank who doesn't play tank. And the fight is kind of progressing here. The card is moving. Destructive Dude is trying to hold the point, but he's not doing a very good job of it. The card is still moving. Huggletune trying to keep him alive. Earthshatter only finding Huggletune. TK Thrifty finding only Evilite with the Earthshatter. The res coming off on Valk. All sorts of shit's going on. Destructive jumping across. Pistols busted out by Mercy. TV Junkie, who died. The original pick does get to the card again, but he dies as well. And there's a lot of people that are going to spawn at this close spawn here. And Bench Life has the know-how to capitalize on this. Crystallize, Evilite, I think, are possibly going to get picked out. Nope, just Crystallize. Just Crystallize and Huggletune. Evilite does get out, maybe. Valk is chasing him down very
but
hard.
Valk getting slept on the point. Maybe he can actually get out, but he's... Oh, what is that?
What is Destructive doing?
Dude, threading the needle and taking off. Oh my god, if that is not the baddest play I've ever seen. Oh man, I'm sorry. Press F in chat for Destructive Dude. Oh, I feel so bad for him.
Rip him. Well, I don't. Bench is just totally destroying here. They look so good. Destructive does find a two-man shatter on two very important targets here. Chromatic was one of them. He's able to bubble and the Nano goes out, but he dies with Nano. TK Thrifty and Dub Drum do die on the other end here. TK Thrifty is res, so we're doing 5v5 right now, and the fight continues. Kazuki falls, Crystallize falls, TV falls. This point is Bench's to win. Evil Eye in the backline has the capability to get everyone, but he doesn't, and Bench Life takes it. The whole series. Damn!
You know, we can only wish that play of the game was Destructive Dude on that Reinhardt getting that charge, but it's not because it is TV.
Picky Boy coming in with the Mad Monkey here, and he is zapping the grab, slapping the grab, zap the slap, grab, slap the grab.
Yeah, that is the good old-fashioned slap zap. Zap slap. Slap zap riot.
Slap zap riot. I like it.
And of course, well, say what you want to say, Joey.
I mean, the what are now officially bad guys won the series. I mean, with that, the standings flip. Bench Life, Zach, and Cody are now at 18 wins. Mad Cow Disease are now at, points. Well, wins and points are the same for both of them. 18 to 17. Mad Cow is now in second. Bench Life was able to overtake the Titan that was Mad Cow Disease. And honestly, after looking at that game, Mad Cow has to rally a little bit and, you know, do what they got to do. It's the baddie league, so stay bad.
It is the baddie league, so they do have a few more weeks. Of course, it's not the worst thing to, not get the very first seed for the playoffs. I mean, that gives you, a little extra time to practice up and play against the other teams and stay warmed up. But of course, with that is it for the games for this week. Some great games of Overwatch being played. Of course, my name is UTech, and with me is my radical anarchist sandwich friend, Joey. We'll see you all later and next week.